Shaz Chaudhry, Pep Talk UK, joined by an interesting chap. Joe Pidgeon, how you doing?
Very well, how are you?
I'm good. Joe, you've got an event coming up on the
2nd and 3rd of November.
2nd and 3rd of November called the
Box Set Film Festival.
Tell me about the Box Set Film Festival.
Basically, Box Set grew out of an idea that germinated, if you like, when I did the premiere of The Fighter, and I hired York Hall, obviously most prestigious, famous boxing hall still in London probably, and put screens into each side of a boxing ring and projected onto those screens and invited the boxing community to come and celebrate a film which was A, brilliant, but B, really authentic in terms of the boxing it portrayed and the way it was portrayed, the way it was acted, and actually the fight scenes were about as real as it could get. And obviously at the end of the film it has that little extra added element where the fighters that the film is based upon actually did a little bit of a cameo chat at the end, which gave it that real grit that, you know, they'd obviously endorsed the film and been involved with the process of it, and it was a real boxing film. So for me it joined together my two, you know, passions, which are film and boxing as a sport, as a fan basically. So yeah, that's essentially where the idea came from. So we've curated a series of films to be shown at Box Set over the weekend, which are real films which show boxing in a real way, as opposed to, say, for example, Rocky, which is a great film, but the boxing in it, I mean, basically Rocky would be dead in round 3 of the first film, and it'd be a very short film basically if it had been like. So it's celebrating boxing in film, but when boxing is portrayed well in film, is what I would say is the key thing about the event, and no one's ever done it before. It's a film festival. No one's ever celebrated boxing in film, despite the fact that the first feature film ever made was about boxing in 1897. There's been literally dozens and dozens of films made about the sport or featuring the sport, because it tells that age-old human story of usually somebody battling against the odds, both in the ring and outside the ring, hopefully triumphing at the end, but not necessarily, depending on the film. But essentially it tells a real human story. Boxing as a sport tells a human story, and films that portray boxing tell a real human story. So that's basically what we're celebrating, and we've invited a whole load of celebrities from acting, film, directing, as well as obviously boxing as a sport, to join in and take part in Q&A panels after each film, and celebrate with us.
What are the films that are going to be showcased?
So we've got Jawbone, which is our lead British film, which is a fantastic little film with Ray Winstone and Johnny Harris and Michael Smiley, who are all taking part on the Q&A afterwards. We've got The Fighter.
So they're all going to be in attendance?
Yeah, they're all in attendance.
Fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got Raging Bull, we've got The Fighter, we've got Million Dollar Baby, where we're focusing on obviously female boxing, and we've assembled a panel including Jane Couch, who was the first female boxer licensed in the UK.
I love Jane Couch.
She's brilliant, isn't she? Yeah. And we've got Hannah Rankin, who's a current world champion, and we've got Geraldine Davis, who represents the WBC here in the UK, and so on. So that's celebrating the female side of the sport, which is obviously growing. And we've got Fat City, which is an absolute classic, John Huston's last ever film. We've got Fighters, which is Ron Peck directed, which is a very gritty documentary about boxers in the East End in late 80s, early 90s. Mark Kaylor and Dean Hollington, Jimmy Tibbs, basically all in that film and featured. And we've got Cinderella Man and The Boxer and a whole host of others.
And Shaz Chaudhry.
And Shaz Chaudhry. Yeah, is he coming? Oh yeah.
On my birthday, November 3rd.
There you go. Well, we'll have to celebrate that. Let's get you a cake.
You said that to me. Emma said it to me. I'm waiting for my cake.
Well, it's not your birthday yet, Shaz.
I'm gonna see what happens on the day. We've got a date, November. Venue. Where's this taking place?
So it's all taking place at Genesis, which just won Time Out Cinema of the Year award. It's a fantastic cinema in Bethnal Green.
On the Whitechapel Road.
On the Whitechapel Road, exactly. It's Bethnal Green Road, isn't it? Or was it Whitechapel Road?
Yeah, it's on the Whitechapel Road. It's Bethnal Green.
Yeah, around the corner. Yeah. So it's a fantastic cinema. It's beautifully. The main screen is 580 seats, and then we've got the smaller screens, which are kind of sofa and a bit more luxurious for the smaller films.
How does one get a ticket for this event?
One goes to boxsetfestival.com, or C Tickets is our exclusive ticket agent, or you can get them at the cinema. So yeah, just search up Box Set Festival and you'll find us.
Pep Talk boys are going to be in attendance.
Lovely.
We're going to be trying to give you coverage. I think it's an absolutely brilliant idea.
Thank you.
Just having loads of people that have a shared common interest, watching a film, being able to talk about a film. I've never done anything like it.
No, it's like an expo really, but with brilliant films thrown into the package. It's a celebration of the sport, but the films themselves. I mean, I've never seen Raging Bull on a big screen. Like, why is that? Because it came out in 1980. I was too young. But essentially, just for that alone, it's worth coming, because these films need to be seen on a big screen. It's all very well seeing them at home on your plasma, but you want to see Raging Bull on a big screen.
And the fact there's going to be Q&As afterwards with people from within the industry, I think we're going to have some good conversations.
We hopefully will, yeah. Hopefully be a bit of debate and no fighting. Leave the fight, leave the gloves at the door.
Well, you're going to have boxers and people in and around the fraternity there. You never know what happens, but hopefully it'll be all good. But
Indeed.
Joe, we appreciate your time. We wish you the best of luck with the festival, and hopefully